Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn Modern Day Mod here today on the channel. We're going to be starting a brand new Let's Play series as Sweden. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. Alrighty, 2017, playing as Sweden, and we're turning off the EU and NATO for this series. So let's go and do that. Also, we want to turn off changing control of factions. We don't want that to happen. So let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions where you'd like me to expand and conquer. I do have a rough idea. Ultimately, kind of want to form the Kalmar Union and bring back Sweden's imperial ambitions. We're going to go full Viking, full Great Northern War up in here. So, hope you like the sound of that as we load on in. So, naturally, to form the Kalmar Union, we're going to need Finland, Norway, Denmark directly under our control. Maybe even Iceland and Greenland. But here is Sweden. So let's go through everything. So we're a pluralist society. We want to change fast growth to economic boom. Oh, we are negligible on the corruption scale. Large civic, small, average social spending. What you'd sort of expect from Sweden. Or we might need to go with mandatory service, as our population is quite low at the moment. So we're going to bring in the conscription. The Swedish tech tree isn't crazily big, so I think we'll go with the bridge here. Anything we can do politically? No, not yet. Can't create a Swedish intelligence agency. I would like to get better quality rifles if we can, so let's do that. Infantry, automatic rifles, yes. Now we do have Saab as a military industrial complex, so they're going to help us out. The Carl Gustav. So I think the other two slots we'll put into engineering and infrastructure. Okay, trade. We've got a good amount of steel and materials. We're producing a decent amount of energy. We are currently on version 1.9, so that's something to consider. And let's set this up. So we want to try and get small arms, support equipment, get those production lines flowing effectively, and building up our military materiel. Now, we've got a decision to make as to who to go for. Denmark might be a little bit difficult, as we have to amphibiously cross the Baltic. Finland in that Lapland area, we don't have the biggest border. I think going after Norway first is probably the play. We have the biggest border with them, and Oslo isn't too far from Gothenburg. So we'll push on in, secure the oil-rich country, and let's just hope the UK don't come in. So let's get some infantry in on our production line. Our logistics is pretty good, as we have a pretty strong military sector, and we've got access to fantastic submarines as well. So we'll try and get some more of them. Sweden, incredibly high-tech as a military society. We should be able to wield a lot of power against our Nordic/Scandinavian neighbors. We've only got 12 divisions, 5 IVFs, mixture of tanks, so nothing too crazy. But securing the Norwegian oil fields is probably the play. So let's make a front line with Norway and make plans and preparations to bring in Swedish rule. Now, I think I want to go around annexing for now. And we'll try and incorporate the territory so that we can create the Kalmar Union as a faction. We're moving away from our peaceful society, and we're going to try and secure our own Nordic empire in the north. As NATO was disbanded after World War II wasn't needed, with the Axis and CSTO on the rise, Europe needs its own northern alliance, and I wonder if other alliances will pop up as well. Okay, let's drop some of these traits. I think we want to focus on Saab. Yeah, I think they should be the main military contractor. So, Western Outlook is currently sitting on the highest. We do have a little bit of a right sector growing, mostly non-aligned as well. But we want to stay Western Outlook for this particular series. Let's try and upgrade our submarines, as we don't have the largest naval infrastructure. We've got really good subs, so we should prioritize those. We'll try and get some more trade in as well. Sweet. Okay, well, let's declare war upon Norway and have our first war of the series. Let's go. Now, I think we should focus on the southern portion of the country. It will be a little bit difficult to push into the interior, but I imagine on the base of things, we have the infantry and numbers. Probably got the air force as well. But the terrain of Norway pushing into the fjords, it's going to be easier said than done. Okay, so they actually have a lot of their army in the north, which is surprising. Focusing on the south at the moment. Now that war is broken out, a lot of countries do want to try and get trade with us, as we slowly but surely push into Norway. But yeah, Swedish military history is so fascinating. Like, it spans like multiple centuries. You've even got like the early eras with Sweden and its Nordic neighbors in the Viking Age. Maybe we can try and bring some of that back, go around raiding and exploring across Europe. Then the Kalmar Union in the 13th, 15th century. That's what we want to try and do. Bring the Kalmar Union back with Denmark and Norway. And then you've obviously got the Swedish Empire with Gustav in the 16th, 17th. When Sweden was established as an independent kingdom. And then basically where the peaceful, non-aligned status came through after the Great Northern War, where Sweden faced its decline in power in the 18th century, where Charles, in the Great Northern War against Russia, Poland and Denmark, was defeated. What was it, Poltava? Yeah. Sweden basically fell off since then. From what I can remember, they were involved in various conflicts related to Napoleon and the Finns in like the 1800s, but yeah, Sweden remained neutral in World War I and somewhat neutral in World War II, depending on who you ask. Despite Germany's influence. But now you fast forward to today. Sweden isn't officially ratified into NATO, but will soon be. Okay, so we're slowly but surely chipping away against the Norwegians. They are actually surprisingly holding me here in Oslo. We're trying to secure the southern part of the country. We've even sacrificed some of the territory in the north. Maybe we need to try and open up another angle a little bit more in the south, maybe. Okay. Nice. Now things are looking a bit better. Once Oslo falls, that will be a huge amount of victory points for us. Still maintaining Swedish air supremacy over the top. Nice, they're fallen. Yeah, I don't really mind if they take that sort of desolate Lapland region if we can secure particularly the southern coast. So let's just try and push on this offensive. Oh, it's just logistically a little bit hard to navigate. Our fuel is looking a little bit worse for wear as well, so we will negotiate with the Americans to try and get some vital fuel in. And they don't seem to have that many units down here. It seems like they had a lot of their infantry in the north. Maybe they were on that Russian border. Okay, so now some of our generals are getting valuable experience. So we can spend some of those points. They are very close to capitulating. Okay, so we've lost only a couple hundred Swedes to their 3k Norwegians. And, okay, they are taking a lot of our northern territory. That's, yeah, okay. They're taking the top of the shaft where we're holding the bottom, I guess. Alright, let's, once we take those two tiles, let's go back up. So they have taken some territory there, but I think we're in a far superior position. We've got the capital, we've secured the south. We can now reallocate our units and the air force, and we'll see how we go. Nice. We've lost a little bit of our territorial integrity, but now that we're back up here, we should be okay. They do have a good number of infantry, but we might be able to get around now. It's just these mountains, man. Our fuel, we've nearly run out of as well. But we're going to take the resource-rich western part of our peninsula. So we did actually capitulate a little bit. But I think we're good. We still want to try and get more fuel from the US. We're actually fully out of oil now. We are operating with a navy, but we haven't seemed to be successfully convoy raiding anything. Nice! Norway has capitulated. And I think we're just going to straight up annex all of said territory. And now with... Okay, yes, so Sweden technically doesn't have any territory bordering Russia. But now we do, now that we've incorporated it. And now we have a bigger land border with Finland as well. Finland will be a harder opposition to go against. They have a stronger active military, but now we have extended, and Norway is fully under our control. We probably don't need to import much more fuel. We can probably restructure this a bit. And it's probably time to fix our energy infrastructure as well. So let's go and draw a front line with Finland and look to advance to Helsinki, ideally. We could do some amphibious stuff. Oh, nice. Our small arms we can upgrade. Perfect. And then the 2025 platform's a little bit far away. Let's go with night vision. That would really help us out going against the Finns. Let's go with light infantry trait bonuses. Still continuing to be loyal and focusing on Saab. That's what I want to do. Let's spend a little bit of this. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's declare war upon Finland and bring it under our control, which is going to be easier said than done. I'm sure the Russians on the border are going to keep a watchful eye, but this is going to be a real big test for the Swedish military. We've spent a little bit of military equipment and material, so we're going to be pushing from the north firstly. We seem to be outnumbering them. Now, most of their territory is further in the south. We've managed to surround one Finnish division here. How quickly will they react? I might try and move my air force a little bit further north to try and help out. Okay, so we outnumber them by 4 divisions potentially. They have somewhere between 6 to 12. Finland has been preparing this entire time for a war with Russia. They didn't expect the Swedish Inquisition. Oh, okay, so it does seem like the Finnish Air Force is tossing some supremacy back. Maybe we need to switch to close air if we're not winning in the skies. Okay, we are trying to convoy raid as well. Let's go with this. Right, we've got some more divisions. Let's put them to the front. Oh, okay. So that now that they're starting to dig in a bit, it's not looking that good. So we do have the Norwegian Navy with us in combination. We should be able to have naval supremacy over them. We don't seem to have the air, unfortunately. We do seem to have the military, though. So apart from those initial early tile claims, the Finns are now starting to hold. Uh-oh. Yeah. We probably don't have as good of an air force compared to them, which is disappointing. They probably had a better starting default military preparedness. Okay, so we have pushed them there, though. Hang on a moment. We might be able to secure this airfield. Are they pushing south? Well, yeah, hang on. Oh, nice. We've got a really good push here. We might be able to cut them off. Go, 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 go. Oh, nice. We're about to encircle 4 divisions in the north. That would be a massive blow to the Finns if they can't stop this. Okay, I think they reshuffled their army a bit, and now they're in a retreat. Oh, nice. We're about to surround more. This is really, really good for Sweden. In a commanding position. We started off this series declaring war upon Norway. We took the south of the country first, pushed into the interior. We built up enough strength to go against the Finns. There was a little bit of a stalemate, but now we're in a superior position to push down to nearly capture Helsinki. So if it keeps going like this, we should be able to wrap up Finland here today. And then what? There's only 2 more Nordic countries that we want. Is Iceland technically Greenland Nordic? Hey, I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, Finland has capitulated. Perfect. Perfect. We want to take the entirety of the country so that we can form the Kalmar Union. But now we do have a unfortunate massive land border with Russia. Forming Scandinavia. Okay, yeah, so we need Denmark now before we can form the Kalmar Union, which is going to be not as easy as you think. We're probably going to have to get a bunch of amphibious stuff. Alright, equipment-wise, is that like some Norwegian Mosin rifles? I'm just sort of curious to see, now that we've incorporated this territory, what were the Finns and the Norwegians operating with? Alright, so we've got some Leopard 2s. Mostly Finnish equipment. Alright. Let's expand our harbour capability. But basically the main objective of this series is we're going full Swedish Empire. Ideally want to try and form the Kalmar Union. And I want to try and get some of that lost Swedish imperial territory. So after we get Denmark, ideally under our control, we might look to push into the Baltic. Alright, let's move south now. Now, pushing over from Malmö to Copenhagen and Roskilde is easier said than done, so we might need to potentially invade further north. We'll see how we go. Now, our air force, we did have supremacy over Norway. Our air force kind of got smashed against Finland, so they are a little bit weaker. Hopefully this time around, the Danes, being the smaller of the other two countries, won't have that strong of a military. However, the thing is, because their tiles are so dense and compact, they probably don't need to have that large of a military. Like, their terrain and geography is probably a lot easier to defend. As we try and push to mainland Europe now. Okay, let's try and improve this. Okay, we've moved everyone south, keen and ready to go. We have an amphibious attack set. Now, there is like a bridge connecting Sweden and Denmark. I've actually been across it. They'd probably blow it up, the Swedes. Okay, let's try and navally invade. Put the navy on convoy support. I might even actually, you know what, I'm going to move them to Malmö. It actually might make things a bit better. Okay, and let's get the Air Force to operate over the top. War between Sweden and Denmark has erupted. Nice. We've landed unopposed. Perfect. I might even move some of the army over there. And ideally, I might even keep some back. Sometimes front lines are a little bit buggy, so hang on. We don't want Malmö to fall or them to actually push into our core Swedish territory. So let's just grab a bunch of these guys. Go with this and... yeah, I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's really hard to draw on these tiles. So how about we just sit you there? Okay, we've landed. Nice, and we've been engaged. As we try to push into Aarhus. Okay, wait. Hang on. Most of their army's focusing here. Did they leave Copenhagen undefended? What? We'll push over then. It might take a little bit... oh, nice. The capital fell. Okay. Now we can draw a front line. I guess that worked. Now taking these tiles. Okay. I thought this was going to be far more difficult than what I anticipated. Denmark is about to fall. About to crush an abundance of them in central Denmark. Nice. We've managed to knock out a couple K. We've only lost out another 100 again. We've grown our manpower pool to nearly 70k or so. Their army has basically been dissolved. We need to try and pick up some of this smaller territory. Oh, there's actually an island that they control. Okay. A little bit further south. They have Iceland. Oh, sorry, Greenland. Oh, okay. Can we... Do we have to navally invade that, technically? Oh, I guess we do. So we'll push into this island now. Perfect. Hey, Denmark has capitulated. So, I suppose we just core it all. Nice. So... Yeah, let's just take all of it directly under our control. Same with the Faroe Islands and Greenland, technically. Alright, so we have 17 civilian factories now. Nice. We've got an abundance of oil. And how are we going energy-wise? Oh, perfect. Look at our total energy generation. 42 gigawatts, 34 consumption. Nice. So let's get some more fuel refineries. And let's continue on our construction projects. Alright, well, we need to make plans and preparations to go after another target. So where should we go, guys? Let me know in the comments. Should we go after Germany, the Baltic states, Poland, Russia? Haven't decided. So, we're focusing on infrastructure. Is any, like, alliances here that we can go with? Northern Ambition. There's actually a thing to join CSTO. That would be an interesting play. Maybe we talk to Germany to get some early leopard holes. That's probably not a bad idea. Okay, so I've made the decision to declare war upon the Baltic states. We're going to declare war upon all three of them, and we're going to navally invade from Stockholm. So, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, hopefully, will be back in our sphere of influence. Now, it's going to be a little bit tricky to go over there, but we're invoking our old Viking ancestors of old, going and pillaging the poor Baltic states. Alright, now we've got a beachhead here now. We probably don't need to do those other ones. So, let's get rid of you. Now, we should be better at taking the Baltics, a little bit easier than some of the other Nordic countries. They should be nowhere near as strong. And then we've got a decision to make. How exactly we want to incorporate this territory. But as we grow, we are still building an even bigger land border with Russia, unfortunately. Alright, let's head on over. We have nearly over 50 Swedish divisions in active service. We've united Scandinavia and the Nordic countries. And now the battle for the Baltic states is about to begin. Nice. So Estonia is about to fall. We do have an election coming up. Nice. Winning a war is always good for elections. We have air supremacy and naval. And Saab is winning more military contracts. Estonia has fallen. Yeah, I think we'll just straight up occupy it. Integrated into Nordic society. We want to turn the Baltic into a Swedish imperial lake. Ideally, we probably just want to be the Kalmar Union. On the world stage. Okay. Vilnius has fallen. Oh my god, I think Lithuania is going to capitulate first. No, Latvia did. Alright. Latvia is now ours. Perfect. And, now Lithuania can soon be... Oh my god. They capitulated so quickly. Nice. Thankfully, no big European powers has, backed anyone. Alright, so... where do we go now? Our energy looks good. Our military and civilian infrastructure. Actually, you know what? We probably could do with converting some of those factories at some point. We're making a bit of money. Let's pay off our GDP. Let's continue to negotiate with Germany. Still can't create a intelligence apparatus. Yeah, let's... Now that we've got a bunch of civilian factories, we probably don't need 22. We can probably switch some of these to military around. It's a lot quicker than actually purely constructing. Alright, let's add this up as well. We've got some spare manpower. And now that we've incorporated all this territory, we can start to drop more. We want to have a big, grand Swedish army. Okay, so I think going after Poland is probably the play. Now, I want to try and take their northern territory, but I think I might puppet them so we can create a faction. Now, this is going to be a real big test for us. Now, thankfully, no one's guaranteeing their independence. Poland is guaranteeing Hungary, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic's independence, but no one is backing them. Now, we are going to try and push through a super narrow piece of territory here. Pushing through the gap between Lithuania and Poland, and we'll see how we go. So for now, the Swedish Air Force has air supremacy. We have naval supremacy as well. Okay, so now they're starting to flood troops in. Maybe we need to do a naval invasion potentially. Nice. We're starting to raid and harass Polish naval convoys, trying to transport goods out of the Baltic. Now, I probably won't annex the entirety of the country. Like, do we really need that far southern Polish territory? I might even puppet Warsaw. I just want to try and secure those naval ports. Okay, they actually might outnumber us divisions-wise. A little bit of trade here on the border, so we haven't taken any territory from them, which is unfortunate. So fierce fighting is breaking out between the Poles and the Swedes. Britain this time around hasn't backed them, or the Germans attacked them. Oh, we've lost 5k trying to push here. Yikes. 5k Swedes have fallen. Right, we probably should drop some of these troops then, if we want to try and match Poland's military capabilities. And we might even navally invade with those. We are currently diverting... Oh wait, a lot of their... We're basically diverting a lot of their forces from that northern border, so hang on. We're starting to actually make a push here. If we can navally invade into Gdansk, we might be able to push in. Nice. We've managed to push through. We could maybe befriend Germany. Trying to think what else I want to do. I don't want to lock stuff off of the tech tree. Maybe we'll go with army training, because we're trying to drop more troops. Go with advanced industrial. That's fine by me. What other doctrines? Oh, my Air Force. Because they're getting combat experience. Nice. We're trying to navally invade into Gdansk now. We're pushing over the Lithuanian border. We've managed to take a handful of tiles here and there. But so far, this war against Poland is high casualty rate for the Swedes. They're holding. Was a 2-tile push. Hang on. Nice. We've landed. And then try and open this front up. So I guess it worked. Trying to bait a lot of those units into the corridor. If we can just sort of flood around. Man, this is a brutal war. We've lost 10k. It's hit to 6 now. Air Force still dominating over the top. They have air support over our core Swedish territory. Nice, we're pushing. Probably look to try and drop more of these units, although they haven't been fully equipped. Just trying to get them on the field is good. We've got the population. We've got a decent enough population and replacement rate, so there's nothing to be concerned about. Nice. The Polish and the Swedish military going toe to toe. We barely have an edge on them. We actually don't even have that many generals either. Okay, this is a good push. Unfortunately, we haven't advanced out from Gdansk. More fresh recruits are here as we try and push towards their capital. As intense fighting is still breaking out. We're currently fighting in the fields of Poland, trying to occupy Warsaw. We're flooding more Swedish troops in from the recruitment centers. So far in this series, we've managed to bring the entirety of Scandinavia and the Nordic countries under our control. We conquered the 3 Baltic states. We pushed over the border from Lithuania. And now we are on the steps of Warsaw. Thankfully, no major European power has backed and supported Polish independence. Thankfully for me, we've lost 32k Swedes / Scandinavians, which is just a little bit disappointing. Hang on, we might have a breakthrough here. We've managed to take out 100k Poles or so. There we go. We navally invaded in Gdansk. That fell, but we might be able to go with an encirclement here. Hang on. This is a really good push. Focus on this pocket. Oh. Venezuela declares war upon Guyana. Uh-oh. Spaghetti go. That's a little bit too real life for me, I'm afraid. Okay. Nice. Warsaw has fallen. So the plan is here. We've annexed everyone we've been at war with. But I think I want to take at least half of Poland. And then we'll puppet the rest. I want all that territory on the Baltic. Nice. Germany accepted the nuclear agreement. We're surrounding Kaliningrad, and we're integrating Norway, Denmark, and Finland politically. Okay. This war has ebbed and flowed a bit. We've gained the initiative. They've held. We've pushed. Oh! China is now at war. Interesting. Poland, what? 50% towards capitulation. India joined the United States. Huh? Oh, okay. What is this? The Pre-Empire Defense of North America Treaty. They made their own faction, bringing in Japan and India. Is that because they're at war? With China? Maybe. Okay. Well, that... Ah, yeah. Wait, and Germany joined. Oh, okay. Can we join them, potentially? That's a huge block. India, Japan, the United States, and Germany have made an alliance. Can I join? No, they don't like me. Oh. Stuff them then. Maybe we need to create our own. Might need to want to try and wrap up this war with Poland quite quickly, because the last thing we want is them to join. Now that we're at 100% world tension, we gotta not delay and try and capitulate them as quick as possible. That's the last thing we want. Is the Americans and the Indians to come and save Poland. Then it'd be very GG's. Or even the Japanese. Japanese military forces trying to liberate Poland. Hilarious. Okay, let's try and push for that pocket there. Maybe try and go for Sechin on the Baltic. Krakow is still not under our control. Yeah, try and push like and flood for there. Come on. They're so close. They've lost 100k. Come on. Brave sons of Sweden. The boys from Scandinavia. Push. We've got them on the back foot. Back. Fighting in Poland. Like the old Imperial Swedish Empire. Hilarious. Okay. Looks like the west of the country is holding in the old Prussian lands. We're going to go in and liberate it. Nice. Poland has capitulated again. Okay. Well, what do I want to control? So, I don't want to make it too border gory. Probably not that. Probably this. Yeah, I think I'll conquer this for Sweden. So that's all contiguous. And then, do I want Warsaw under my control? There's no one else we can pop it. There's no other ethnic groups like Prussia or something. We can't no, we can't do that. That'd be cool if we could split it into Prussia. I could take that, but then it kind of takes a lot of their manufacturing away. It makes them a weaker puppet. I think I might do this because I want them to be semi-strong. Alright. We'll take their ships though as well. So I'm going to puppet Poland, but I will annex a lot of their northern territory. So now they are landlocked. And we should be able to create a faction with them as well. Nice. So Poland has been integrated into this Scandinavian faction. Warsaw has been liberated. So I would ideally like to join this American alliance, but it doesn't seem likely. They're currently dealing with the Chinese. Germany is on our border. Brazil has an alliance. So let's... Now that they're my puppet, they have no choice to join my faction. So let's go with the Kalmar Union. I think that's what we'll call our faction. Nice. Poland has been forced to accept, and the Kalmar Union is now our faction. Perfect. Look at that. Very nicely done. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, well, now... we are called Scandinavia, as we have all this territory integrated. So, unfortunately, because Germany joined the American faction, we're going to have to go after someone else. So I think we're going to declare war upon Ukraine. I think that's where we want to try and go against, because a lot of now the factions we border are in CSTO and that American alliance. So we're going to go and liberate the old Viking lands in Kievan Rus. We're going to try and open up the old trade lanes because our old Viking brethren founded the city back in the day. Liberate the old Viking lands of Kievan Rus, and we're going to try and march on Kiev. Now, India, Japan, the US have made an alliance, and Germany, and going to war with China, so that's something. I would have liked to go against Germany, but unfortunately they factioned up. So we have the Baltic, oh my god. Oh no! Oh, that might be GG's then. We might be able to annex them quick enough. Oh no, they joined the American alliance. We can't integrate China into this one, can we? Oh no. Well, that might be GG's then, unfortunately. I can't see us defeating Germany, India, and Japan altogether. Yikes. Can we invite them? Oh no. Well, that might be GG's for the series then. Okay, we're going to try and rush Ukraine and see how we go. We have 75 divisions. Poland's coming. We've got the might of the Baltic, the Nordic countries. So India hasn't been called in, same with Germany. No US troops have arrived, unless China can try and hold. We're rapidly pushing against them now. Can we conquer the country before the Americans come in? So we're leaving the German border undefended for now, as they haven't been called in. Okay. Unfortunately, American troops on the ground have arrived in Ukraine. We haven't taken their capital quick enough. They're focusing over there. The Japanese have a beachhead in China. Okay. Interesting. Damn. We took what? Norway? Poland? Without the British or the Americans getting involved. But this time around, unfortunately, the Swedish Empire probably bit off more than what it can chew. Oh no! Are we about to be thrown back to another huge amount of centuries of peace? Because I can't see us defeating this huge coalition. Yeah, look, maybe if it's just the Ukraine and Americans, we might be able to do something. But with Germany and Japan and India, not so much. We'll try and negotiate with the CPC, but we'll see. Okay, so now they're starting to invade in the north, yeah. I guess they're navally invading. Oh, that's annoying. Welp. Not much you can really do about that. So I guess we'll just try and... We're already here. We might as well just try and capitulate them. See if we can win this war for my own curiosity. But we're probably just going to straight up capitulate. Ah! That's it sometimes. In Hearts of Iron 4, sometimes the Americans just gang up on you, I suppose. I wonder maybe pushing in Romania, going against one of the weaker factions. Interesting that they allianced up. It sometimes happened, but that's Hearts of Iron 4 and playing with Chaos AI, and I believe there was probably a new update as well. We're playing on 1.9, but yeah, unfortunately, even though we had NATO turned off, America basically made its own version of a weakened NATO. Okay, a little bit of breaking out there. But Scandinavia is about to fall. I'm curious to see how the Americans partition the states. Yeah. GG's. GG's all around. Unfortunately, we're going to lose. But hey, that's Hearts of Iron 4. That's the sandbox experience. You win some, you lose some. I don't think there was a way for us to stop the Americans. And also, like, I guess you could navally invade from, like, what? Greenland? Big America basically just came in. Interesting that they're really pushing. They're probably going to annex China now as well. Alright. Well, basically, this series is done and dusted. That was a bit of fun. Conquering the Scandinavian countries. Did well in the Baltic. That Polish war was really quite fun. But overall, the Swedish Empire in its small reign is about to fall. 51k. Yeah, they're really holding us. Just waiting for them to capitulate me now, more or less. So tomorrow, we're not going to do episode 6. We're going to move on to something else. So let me know in the comments. There's still a fair few European countries to play as, but maybe I should play as one of the major powers. Maybe I should redo an American series, playing on version 1.9. I am open to that. It's nearly been a year or two since I've played as America. Haven't tested them out on 1.9. Maybe we could redo Germany, potentially. Japanese military forces have landed in Ukraine. Interesting. We're actually starting to push them there. Japanese troops in Kramatorsk. We still haven't capitulated fully yet, though. Okay, they have air support over the top. Can we capitulate them now as we push to Krivieri? Doesn't seem likely. I guess they're focusing on more of their military on our core territory. Yeah, it largely, even if we were to properly hold our territory back in the north, it probably would have just ended it in a stalemate. That's just it. Unless you're a huge major power. If America joins in, or China, it's basically GG's, unfortunately. Are we going to be able to capitulate them? Oh, we're going to come close. So we are going to win this war maybe in Ukraine. Nope, we've capitulated. The Treaty of Stockholm, no! Dark times. So let's have a look. Denmark, Poland, Sweden puppeted, Baltic states liberated. Okay. So they've made their faction interesting. So Sweden is its own faction. Same with this. Okay, so you nearly would call it different. So this is what we control now. So Poland has been partitioned into 2 states. Denmark, Norway, and Sweden have made their own faction. And there's like southern Finland. And then there's the Baltic states have been liberated. But our government has been moved to that Prussian territory. That's so bizarre. It's always cool to see how the AI like partition stuff. So there's a couple small Scandinavian factions. Okay, Denmark's back. Alright, well, unfortunately on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Hope you've enjoyed this Swedish series. Stay tuned for a new series coming at the exact same time tomorrow. My name has been Simpsy. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.